There we are, order filled. All right, second trade for the day. So we see external range taken, internal range taken. All right, guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel, Wesley Trades. I haven't posted in a little bit because honestly, I prefer value in my videos rather than quantity. But yeah, I didn't really have anything to post about. Like I was studying a whole lot, did a few streams where we went through and just kind of looked at everything that I needed to do, some things that I need to improve on, some things I have gotten better on. Yeah, we're just gonna keep going from there. We're gonna keep building and just take notes on absolutely everything. Like we're going to seriously nitpick at every little thing because I really wanna get better at this. One major thing that I realized over the weekend, and I actually took a little bit of a break from the charts just to like refresh my mind. And when I was looking back on videos, a big difference from my first few to like my last few is my first few videos, I was looking at things that like I wasn't looking for everything. And then towards the end of towards my last few videos, I was looking for every single little thing. Every little confluence had to mean something. Every little SMT had to mean something. And honestly, no, I kind of need to just pull back a little bit, realize that, hey, my strategy works. I've seen it work and we're going to make it work again. I have also started a My Funded Futures account. I know I've been with Top Step a lot recently, but if I'm going to be honest, I just kind of wanted to try out My Funded Futures. A lot of people within Discord really like it. They kind of ask me from time to time, yo, Wes, like what's the difference between Top Step and My Funded Futures? Why do you prefer Top Step? And I couldn't really give them a serious answer because I've never tried My Funded Futures. So I figured I'd give it a shot. And that's what we're doing now. It's just through TradingView as well, which is really nice. One thing that I kind of I'm lacking at recently, I've watched a few videos on figuring out what like I need to be doing. And number one, that's finding a narrative for the day, right? So what I mean by that is when I hop on, say, the daily chart or on the 4-hour chart, what do I think price is going to do? What do I see within the chart? And a big part of this is like looking into the chart. What I'm looking for is external ranges on liquidity and internal ranges on liquidity, right? In forms of fair value gaps. Once price seeks out external range on liquidity, it will always seek out an internal range on liquidity, right? We can see this here. There's a prime example. External range on liquidity with the higher highs that were made. And then it seeked out what? An internal range on liquidity. What do we have here? Fair value gap. Internal range. All right. Well, this is our external range now. If we're coming down here, it seeks out the external range, right? And then what does it do after that? Seeks external range liquidity. So here, and then that wasn't strong enough, so it reaches here. After external ranges of liquidity, we are looking for internal ranges on liquidity. That is what I'm going to be using to be finding my narrative. And today's narrative, we see, obviously, we have an external range of liquidity taken out here. After the external is taken out, we're looking for internal. So in forms of fair value gaps, we have one here and one here, right? This one we can presume as dead or invalid because we have a sweep liquidity here. All right, you guys. Okay, well, let's get started. Do we see a narrative on the 1 week? Right, we see external range on liquidity taken here. We have a big fair value gap here on the weekly. Could possibly return to this fair value gap. On the daily, what are we looking at? Big external range on liquidity taken here. It seeks out internal range on liquidity after it does that in the form of this fair value gap here on the daily between these two candles. Right, we see it sweeps into it and then seeks more external. Do we have a narrative on the 4-hour as well? Yes, we do. This is probably our most prominent narrative. So we see external range taken, internal range taken, external range taken, and internal taken again. So now off of this 4-hour fair value gap, we will be looking for longs to either a 2 risk reward or this high. And then number 4, what's our 1-hour key levels? And then our Asia and London session high. Ideally, I would like for price to come down, sweep Asia session low, and then see a nice rebound, a fair value gap in the opposite direction, some sort of breaker block, order block, whatever. Off New York market open, it instantly kind of started gunning for those lows. So I would like to see if we maybe sweep some of this liquidity here, maybe take Asia session low and then take off, or we see one of two things here happen. So from this internal range of liquidity, we see this, right? Touches fair value gap, touch fair value gap, and gone. Or we see comes down, touches, and then back down. That's one of two things that I honestly see happening. But I do think we reach this area here. 15-minute target areas. So we have here our high on London and our low on Asia session. Very good. Number 7, quick SMT search. And one thing that I realized that I was doing a little bit wrong is I was looking for every little SMT, regardless if it was on the 1 minute, 5 minute, or 1 hour. Like I was doing the same thing. I was just looking for an SMT every single time. I don't need to look for every single SMT, just prominent ones on higher time frames. All right. Number 8, do we see a 1 hour liquidity sweep? We kind of do. And it's a little bit more prominent on the S&P. Yeah, I do like how the S&P is looking right now. I'm not gonna lie. We are the leading index, more bullish index. So we are gonna go switch over to that real quick. The S&P looks good after taking London lows, right? As soon as we see that London low, we do see a fair value gap. There was no entry. It's because we don't see it touch that fair value gap after that. I really do like how we're looking for longs. Sweep off market open. So in the 5 minute, we also have this fair value gap. Would like to see a push a little bit low. A real good sweep like this. These are looking good for longs. I'm not gonna lie. Let's set up as if we were to take a trade. So this would be our trade. We're gonna set a buy limit. This is trade number 1 on my Funded Futures account. We have our stops just below this 5 minute fair value gap. See if we get a good reversal here. Oh, we get stopped out quick. I'm still bullish today. I really liked how that looked. That was crazy. Look at that down move. Macro. Okay, now that we've kind of seeked out these lows, I would like to see Asia session lows taken before I take one more trade. I would like to see this be hit and then a big displacement with a fair value gap, a touch of the fair value gap, and then a return to the upside. That would be best case scenario. Okay, so we do actually end up taking the lows on NQ, like to start seeing some displacement upwards. If we can create a 1 minute fair value gap here as well, and then come back and touch this 1 minute fair value gap, I would like us to return to this equal high. Okay, here we go. Looks good. We do need to see a confluence in the opposite direction though. All right, second trade for the day. Let's make a trade slip. Second and final trade for the day. Holy shit, you guys. That's crazy. Every single trade I've taken feels like, as of late, like just go straight to my stop loss. It's so weird. Okay, well, that's our last trade. Yeah, I just want to say thank you guys, whoever attended the stream today and whoever watched the video. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Peace out, YouTube.